Few names in history evoke as much awe and curiosity as Leonardo da Vinci. A true Renaissance man, Leonardo was a painter, inventor, scientist, architect, and so much more. But who was the man behind the masterpieces? What drove his insatiable curiosity? And how did his work shape the world we live in today? This is the story of Leonardo da Vinci, the genius who defied the limits of his time. Early life, the birth of a genius. Leonardo da Vinci was born on April 15, 1452, in Vinci, a small town in Tuscany, Italy. His full name, Leonardo di Ser Piero da Vinci, translates to Leonardo, son of Ser Piero from Vinci. He was the illegitimate son of a wealthy notary, Ser Piero, and a peasant woman named Caterina. While his illegitimacy barred him from certain opportunities, such as attending university or pursuing a career in law, it also freed him from the rigid expectations of his time. This allowed Leonardo to explore his interests freely, setting the stage for his lifelong pursuit of knowledge. From a young age, Leonardo displayed an extraordinary talent for observation and creativity. He spent much of his childhood exploring the countryside around Vinci, sketching the plants, animals, and landscapes he encountered. These early experiences fostered his deep appreciation for nature, which would later become a central theme in his work. At the age of 14, Leonardo moved to Florence, one of the cultural and intellectual hubs of the Renaissance. There, he became an apprentice to Andrea del Verrocchio, a renowned artist and sculptor. Verrocchio's workshop was a melting pot of creativity, where Leonardo learned not only painting and sculpture but also mechanics, engineering, and the basics of scientific inquiry. It was here that Leonardo's genius began to flourish. The artist, masterpieces that defined an era. Leonardo's artistic career began in Verrocchio's workshop, where he contributed to several of his master's works. Legend has it that Leonardo painted one of the angels in Verrocchio's The Baptism of Christ so beautifully that Verrocchio, overwhelmed by his pupil's talent, vowed never to paint again. While this story may be apocryphal, it underscores Leonardo's extraordinary skill. By the time he was in his 20s, Leonardo had established himself as an independent artist. His early works, such as the Annunciation and Ginevra dei Benci, already displayed his mastery of light, shadow, and perspective. But it was his move to Milan in 1482 that marked the beginning of his most prolific period. In Milan, Leonardo worked under the patronage of Ludovico Sforza, the Duke of Milan. It was here that he created two of his most famous works, The Last Supper and The Vitruvian Man. The Last Supper, painted on the wall of the convent of Santa Maria del Grazie, is a masterpiece of perspective and emotional depth. Leonardo's innovative use of light and shadow, as well as his ability to capture the apostles' reactions to Jesus' announcement of betrayal, revolutionized religious art. The Vitruvian Man, on the other hand, is a testament to Leonardo's fascination with the intersection of art and science. This iconic drawing, based on the writings of the Roman architect Vitruvius, depicts a man in two superimposed positions, illustrating the ideal proportions of the human body. It symbolizes Leonardo's belief in the harmony between humanity and the universe. The scientist, a mind ahead of its time. While Leonardo is best known for his art, his scientific pursuits were equally groundbreaking. He filled thousands of pages in his notebooks with detailed studies of anatomy, botany, geology, and engineering. His approach to science was deeply empirical. He believed in observing the natural world firsthand and recording his findings with meticulous precision. Leonardo's anatomical studies were particularly revolutionary. At a time when the human body was poorly understood, Leonardo dissected corpses to study muscles, bones, and organs. His sketches of the human heart, brain, and skeletal system were so accurate that they rival modern medical illustrations. He even explored the concept of blood circulation, a discovery that wouldn't be fully understood until centuries later. Leonardo's curiosity extended to the natural world as well. He studied the flight of birds, the flow of water, and the growth of plants, seeking to uncover the underlying principles of nature. His observations often led to practical inventions, such as designs for parachutes, diving suits, and even a rudimentary tank. The inventor dreams of flight and beyond. Leonardo's notebooks are filled with designs for machines that were centuries ahead of their time. Among his most famous inventions are his flying machines, which were inspired by his studies of bird flight. While none of these designs were built during his lifetime, they laid the groundwork for modern aviation. One of Leonardo's most ambitious projects was the ornithopter, a machine designed to mimic the flapping wings of birds. He also sketched designs for a parachute and a glider, demonstrating his understanding of aerodynamics. Although these inventions were never realized, they reflect Leonardo's boundless imagination and his belief in the possibility of human flight. Leonardo's engineering prowess extended to other areas as well. He designed a self-propelled cart, often considered a precursor to the automobile, and a robotic knight, which could move its arms and legs. He also created plans for a revolving bridge, a machine for grinding lenses, and even a primitive calculator. The later years, a legacy unfinished. In 1516, Leonardo left Italy for France, where he was invited by King Francis I to work as the premier painter and engineer and architect to the king. He spent his final years at the Château du Clos-Luz, near the royal residence of Amboise. Despite his declining health, Leonardo continued to work on his inventions and studies, though he completed few new paintings during this time. Leonardo da Vinci passed away on May 2, 1519, at the age of 67. He was buried in the chapel of St. Hubert in Amboise, though the exact location of his remains is uncertain. At the time of his death, many of his projects were left unfinished, a testament to his perfectionism and relentless pursuit of knowledge. Leonardo's legacy, the eternal Renaissance man. Leonardo da Vinci's impact on the world cannot be overstated. His art continues to captivate audiences, with the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper remaining among the most celebrated works in history. His scientific discoveries and inventions, though often unrealized in his lifetime, laid the foundation for countless advancements in fields ranging from anatomy to engineering. But perhaps Leonardo's greatest legacy is his example of what it means to be a Renaissance man, a person who seeks to understand the world in all its complexity. Leonardo's insatiable curiosity, his willingness to question conventional wisdom, and his ability to see connections between art and science continue to inspire us today. Leonardo once wrote, "Learning never exhausts the mind." His life was a testament to this belief, a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey. As we marvel at his achievements, we are reminded of the power of creativity, curiosity, and the human spirit. Leonardo da Vinci's story is more than just a biography. It's an invitation to dream, to explore, and to push the boundaries of what is possible. His life challenges us to ask questions, to seek answers, and to never stop learning. So the next time you look at a painting, study the stars, or marvel at a technological innovation, remember the man who dared to dream beyond the boundaries of his time, Leonardo da Vinci, and ask yourself, what will you create? How will you leave your mark on the world? Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of one of history's greatest minds. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to share it with others who might be inspired by Leonardo's story. After all, the spirit of the Renaissance lives on in all of us.